Hi, I'm Paul Friedman. I'm the founder of the Marriage Foundation. I'm glad you're visiting. Hopefully you're a subscriber, but it's not too late. You can subscribe. This topic today is, why does my husband always want to be alone? And I'm sure you are really hurt by this, that he's turning down the opportunity to be with you. Why would he marry you if he doesn't want to be with you? And I have to be candid with you. Unfortunately, and I'm not going to blame you, don't misunderstand. And I'm setting aside, like, maybe he's depressed or da-da-da-da. I'm setting aside those things because they're not so important in this context. The context is about you and about his rejecting you. I hate using harsh words like this, but I think it's better to put it out there and say, okay, my husband doesn't want to be with me. Why? And I wish that was the title of this video, because I think it's more in tune with what you're really looking for, right? So, again, I'm not blaming you. We are mistaught about how to be married. I used to be a divorce mediator, and everyone who I met with who was getting a divorce had reached a point of complete over-familiarity with each other. And when I started the Marriage Foundation, I listed that as the #1 issue that you find in every marriage that is ending. This over-familiarity, which roughly translates into, we take each other for granted. We don't have the level of respect, appreciation that we had when we were dating. When you're dating, you're all excited. You met your soulmate, and you treat each other with this level of compliments and support and acknowledgement and smiles all the time. And then it's this classic misunderstanding in our society where we go, well, that was when we were dating, of course. But now we're married, things are different. But when it comes to having that connection with your soulmate, why would it be different? Why would you reduce your expressions of love that at that time came from the heart, not contrived, but you had this explosion of love for your husband, and it manifested naturally. You would never think to be critical of his behaviors, of anything that he did, and he was the same with you. It's not one way, it goes both ways. And so when I started helping people with their marriages, again, it's over 20 years ago, I laid out these killers of marriage, and I also laid out a reality that we are in charge of our mind. We are in charge of our behavior. We are in charge of ourselves, but we're not in charge of the other. So what we should be doing all the time, not for the reciprocation, but because we love our spouse, we should be behaving in a way that reflects our heart's love. Unfortunately, our heart's love has been hidden because we get caught up in our mundane existence and we forget that we married our soulmate. We have birthdays and anniversaries and parties and occasional reminders, but for the most part, it's just blasé city here. And so your husband maybe he's going through something, maybe not, but he's not getting from you the kind of loving expressions that he needs. So here's the rhetorical question. Do you love him enough to express your heart's love, to cultivate that love in your heart, that devotion, the loyalty? Or do you put him off when he wants to be affectionate? Do you yell at him for things he didn't do that he promised to do? Do you get on him for not doing this right or doing that right? Are you expressing negative views of him? Because men are very sensitive. Yes, they are. And sure, you're going to say, well, I'm sensitive too. Of course you are. But we're talking now about why is your husband not giving you the attention? Why would he rather be alone than be with me? And I'm trying to open your eyes to why. And I'm not blaming you. Everyone does this. That's literally why I started the Marriage Foundation. I didn't even actually start the Marriage Foundation. I was speaking at Second Saturday divorce seminars at the invitation of one of the divorce mediators. Said, Paul, this stuff is amazing, and let's turn it into a nonprofit. Let's get this thing out there. You know, in my mind, I thought, okay, this is going to be really cool. It's going to just click just like that. But it didn't. It doesn't. It takes time. Now we have way over 30,000 subscribers. Hopefully you're going to be one of them. But it takes time because we're introducing ideas, concepts that we're not used to. For instance, a prerequisite to happiness is mastering your own mind. Otherwise, you're a slave to your emotions, to your instincts. Your mind is reactive all the time. Reactions, all sorts of mundane, living on the surface, rather than experiencing ourselves for what we are, which is a soul, and loving our soulmate. And that will change everything. When you change the dynamic of your marriage to what it's meant to be, your marriage will deliver happiness, joy, like you can't even imagine now. It will deliver unconditional love like you can't even imagine now, but you need to learn how to do it. And then your husband won't want to be alone, except to be alone with you. And that is what you should be wanting too. But our minds get in the way. Got to learn how to do it. But it's doable. You can do it. You have free will. We've got the information. Watch these videos. Read one of my books if you want. Get the course if you want. But focus your mind to get it back to living your marriage the way it's intended, in joy and in love. So that's it for this video. I sure hope it was helpful, and please like this video. Now I'm going to talk about what we're starting to set up, and hopefully you are one who has been following you going, man, you know, I've been a therapist for 25 years and this stuff is off the charts. I want to be part of what you're doing. Well, I'm starting to train TMF counselors. It's going to be online. It's not going to be expensive. It's going to be affordable. And we want to get people on the ground, and then we will refer people, have great advertising campaign. We're going to do it right. Hopefully you like how we're doing things right now. And so we're going to do more of it. So let us know if you have an interest. But it will be on the website around August 1st, 2022. So that's it. Again, I'm Paul Friedman. I founded the Marriage Foundation, and I'm here for you. God bless you. Thank you, and take care.